Hello, everybody. Welcome to Slightly Dramatic. I am your host, Cheryl Vanessa Martis, and this is my eighth episode. So, now today we are going to speak about personality tests. I have been someone who is always interested in personality tests, and I think a lot of people are interested in personality tests. It is something that I had discovered maybe 10 years ago. Actually, no, that could be a lie because I feel like BuzzFeed personality tests or even like, those Disney magazines or like Pop World magazines or whatever, they used to have like a lot of personality tests. So I think I've always been a fan of personality tests till I realized what an actually personality test is. I remember 10 years ago, we had come across the MBTI personality test, which is the Myers Briggs. I know what the TI stands for. Personality test. I have said this word way too many times now that even I'm getting annoyed. But this test is basically about how you are as a person, or how you basically, at your core, what is your go to in terms of surviving in this big bad world. Okay. So they have four different extremes of personalities, I guess, if that's what you call it. It's the first one would be like introvert and extroverted. The second one is intuition and judgment, and then there's thinking and feeling and being assertive or whatever. So they have like four different criterias, and they are then finally divided after answering 100 questions. They are then divided into 16 different personality types. When I first did this personality test, I got an INFJ. Now, INFJs is someone who is introverted and more emotionally in tune and so on. And they are one of the rarest types of personalities from the MBTI. There's only 2 to 3% of this personality across the world. So it's not a flex, it's kind of a pain in the ass of a personality, to be frank. But I think all of them have their pros and cons. It's just how you view these things, I suppose. The first time I took it, I was an INFJ, which was a pretty big shocker to me. So whenever I tell my friends that I'm actually an introvert, they're just like, I don't think so. And it was really weird to me as well. But again, I was like right in between, which is 49% extroverted and 51% introverted. So I'm pretty much an ambivert. And then later on, in like maybe 7, 8 years down the line, I thought, let me take the test again. And I was still an INFJ. I assumed that this would change over time because I always felt like, oh, it must be something like you grow up and maybe you become more extroverted. But no, I don't think that's the case anymore. But I am going to be taking this quiz now to see whether my theory still sticks. So if I'm still an INFJ or whether I'm not. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. Now, for an example, or just to give you a breakdown of what an INFJ is, a good example of a person who is an INFJ is Jesus. And he's a good man. I like him. I like Jesus. Not that I'm super religious or anything like that, but like from what I know about him, he's chill. Okay, an INFJ breakdown. So, an INFJs, they are often emotionally perceptive but very private, idealistic yet structured, deeply caring but easily overwhelmed, purpose driven but prone to burnout. I agree to most of these things. INFJs don't want attention, they want meaning. Yeah. I will do without any attention. Like, just please do not give me the spotlight. I don't like it. But meaning, yes, whatever that's supposed to mean. Jesus is, I don't know when he did the quiz. I was trying to be funny, sorry. He is one of a common comparison because of his whatever his personality has been perceived to be. Is he's deeply empathetic, plus has moral convictions, symbolic teachings, long term vision for humanity, quiet authority, not ego driven leadership, willingness to stand alone for values. Okay, so I guess this is just an example of what an INFJ looks like in terms of personality, just so that people can have an idea or a comparison. Other people who are INFJs is like Nicole Kidman, Keanu Reeves, Martin Luther King. Those are the ones that I can remember at the top of my head. So today we are going to be doing the MBTI test. We are going to be doing that right now, and let's see how that goes. So this is a free personality test. Am I supposed to put the link in my bio or something? I think everyone should be doing a personality test, okay? I think personality tests are really fun. I think it's a nice way to also get to know yourself and also see, you know, uh, the thing about personality tests is you really need to, I think you need to have a certain amount of self awareness of how you are as a person as well. You also need to be doing this not on camera. You need to be doing this alone by yourself, answer all 100 questions, and it's also not supposed to be based off like a certain area of your life. It's not like you're answering this question based off how you function at work or how you function in your relationships. It's supposed to be like your general thought process on how you function, like in the general sense. You get what I mean? So it's kind of hard. I know, like, for me, when I do it, like, I kind of connect it to work because for some reason my career, I guess, it's very like, it's what I link my identity to. But you're not supposed to do that. Let's start. You regularly make new friends. No, I don't. I try, but I actually, I can't even say I try. I don't, like, no, I'm not a big fan. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. Complex and novel ideas. Yeah. I mean, I like it when it's simple and straightforward as well, but then I like it when something, I feel like when something is harder to do, or it's not as easy. I think that has more of a sense of reward, or like higher the risk, higher the reward, right? But lower the risk, lower the reward. So like I do like complex ideas. They do excite me. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you rather than factual agreements. Absolutely agree. Your living and working spaces are clean and organized. I would say they are an organized mess. More or less, my room is usually organized. So yeah, I would say it's clean and organized. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. This is a hard one. I feel like I can get work done under a lot of pressure. I don't know if I stay calm. Like, I definitely am quite like the stress ball under a lot of pressure. Like, I do take stress. Like, there doesn't even need to be pressure for me to take stress, to be honest. So I would say, yeah, kind of grayish, more closer to neutral. You find the idea of networking and promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. Yeah, I don't like it. I genuinely don't like the idea of like, I don't like networking. Find it very weird, especially when it comes to corporate stuff. I just don't enjoy it. It just feels very like, I just don't feel, if I feel like I can't be myself and I need to like put up this corporate persona or something, or like just general persona on it, because when I'm thinking networking, I'm thinking of a formal sort of interaction with people. I don't like it. So I do find it very daunting. I don't like speaking about what I do, or, especially to strangers. You prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before deadline. Yes, very much agree. People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than, yeah, absolutely. Datas and numbers, please. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. If I could show you my Google Calendar, yeah, I I definitely use my organizing tools a lot. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt yourself and your overall abilities and knowledge. Yeah. Yeah. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. This one's hard. Mm, it really depends on what context I'm finding someone interesting. Because if it's like a crush or something, absolutely not. Like, I will be dying inside. But I think that's like a completely different context, right? But if I had to like find someone interesting generally, if I find someone inspiring, I don't think I would know how to like make a conversation with them. But I could be like, oh my god, hey, I follow your work. I think you are amazing. But I don't think I could like have more of a conversation than that. So I would say disagree. You are not too interested in discussions about various inspirations of creative work. I wouldn't say I'm not interested. Like, if I had to read a book and I had to have a whole conversation about this book, or movies or just like certain discussions, no, I am very interested. Sorry. So you are not too interested. I disagree. I am very interested. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining. Every time I think I speak good English, I read out loud and then I realize, oh shit, I really do not know how to pronounce words. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when deciding on a course of action. Yeah. I mean, I kinda, yeah. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. I would love to, but the most I have been unscheduled this today is that I was like, I'm not gonna get up at 8. Like, I'm not gonna get up at any time. Sleep a little longer. I ended up getting up at 8:30, and I was like, don't plan your day. My whole day was pretty much planned only in my head. So I don't let like I'm gonna have to disagree to this. You really worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Um, I think when I was younger, I mean, I did used to worry a lot about judgment of how people perceive me, but I don't think I worry about it anymore. You really worry about. Yeah, it's okay. Think now what you want to think. You enjoy participating in team based activity. Absolutely disagree. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested processes. Neutral. You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. Hmm. I, as much as I'm someone who avoids conflict, if it had to come to like having a discussion about something, I'm happy to be honest about like what I'm feeling or what's on my mind. But when I'm conveying that sort of conversation in in an honest way, I'm also sensitive about how I'm putting my words through. Like I'm definitely I try to articulate in a way that does not hurt the person in front of me, and I'm still speaking with a certain amount of kindness or regard for the person. I I yeah. So yeah, I do prioritize being sensitive over being honest. I can say that for sure. You actively seek out new experiences and knowledge in areas to explore. Um, I don't know. It depends. Experiences and knowledge. Yeah. I mean, I am a very curious person, and I am always trying to find like new hobbies or something new to read or something new to do at all times. So I would say yes. You're prone to worrying about things that will take turn for the worse. So this is my motto. I Whatever happens in life, I will think worse of the worst case scenario. It's the best thing to do. Because if you think about the best case scenario and it doesn't work out that way, then you're like disappointed. But if you think worst case scenario and then it's not the worst case, but it's a little less than worse than what you thought, I can live with that shit. So yeah, I definitely think worst case scenario. You enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones. Yeah. Yeah. Like group activities are damn weird, dude. Like I'm forced to like socialize with people and interact like no, you know, unless it's my friend group and we are like playing games or like having competitive games with each other, like absolutely, like I'll be very competitive. But like if it's like, you know, like team building activities at work and stuff, just disgusting, dude. Like please, can we not? You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. No, actually, I can imagine myself writing fictional stories. I think I'm a very imaginative person, and in my head, the stories that go around in life and just the imagination that I have is pretty intense. So, I disagree. You favor efficiency in decision, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. Mm, there should be efficiency in decisions, but I don't think I could disregard emotional aspects. So I'm gonna put it as kind of disagree-ish. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Yes. If my room is not clean, I cannot relax. If I I need to do shit before I can relax, dude. Others, what do you mean, relax? Relax. I need to earn my relaxation. That's so sad. Anyways, in disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. Mm, if I, in disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over perceiving the feeling of others. I definitely do want to put my point across as much as I can, but um, I'm also adamant on not saying things that could hurt the person in front of me. I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, but that's something that's very important to me. How I word myself. I don't like to hurt people with words because I know I'm really sensitive to how I'm spoken to or what words are used against me. So I don't like doing that. So I wouldn't say I prioritize proving I do give it importance, but it wouldn't come over preserving the feelings of others. So I would say slightly disagree. You usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at social gatherings. Yes, absolutely. I have tried to be the person who goes and introduces myself now, but I'd rather wait. Like, generally speaking, that's a change that I'm just actively trying to make, but I'd rather just have people come and say hi. Your mood can change very quickly. This is hard because I'm always in the mood. I'm always annoyed. But actually, yeah, man. Like, but again, I'm really relating this to work. But I would say pretty neutral because I'm anyways always annoyed. So like, I feel like that consistency is there. So I'm gonna put that in neutral. You are not easily swayed by emotional arguments. What does this mean? Mm, you are not emotionally easily swayed by emotional arguments. I am easily swayed. Like, if someone gives me a sob story, I'll be like, "Okay, man, sorry." Like, no, I am easily swayed by emotion. Like, it's like this person can hurt me, and they can say something emotional. They can say like, "Oh, I am this way because I have been hurt 1,000 years ago," and I'll be like, "I'm so sorry you went through that. Let me be here for you, even though you have hurt me." Yeah, so I'm a little stupid like that. You often end up doing things at the last possible. Never. Like, I don't like doing last minute shit, dude. Like, just no. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas. Yes, love it. You prefer to be around others rather than on your own. No, I don't like being around. I'd rather be on my own. Like, if I had to be around others, it has to be someone who I genuinely really like and like whose company I really enjoy. Otherwise, no. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Yeah, that is very true. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. Yeah, like if I don't know what decision to make based on like I'm like, oh my gosh, should I go with my logic or should I go with your feelings? What's the worst that can happen? I don't know. Does anyone know anything worse that can happen? Please leave it in the comments. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work or study schedule? No, I disagree. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. I'm gonna put that as neutral because I think it's very normal to also second guess. Like, if I had to make a decision, I'm not the best at research. Like, I am quite impulsive sometimes. So, I do tend to like second guess myself sometimes. So, I'm gonna kind of disagree with that. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. Yeah, the ones who are close to me definitely think like I'm lively and outgoing. You are drawn to various forms of creative expression, such as writing. Yes, I like writing. You usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. No, I definitely this is a hard one. I definitely think I'm more towards emotional impressions. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Yes. You really feel insecure. I think I used to feel a lot more insecure when I was younger. Now, not so much. But sometimes, like the self doubt, and definitely there are like certain triggers to it, but it's definitely better than before. You avoid making phone calls. We don't make phone calls anymore. We don't make phone calls anymore. But I don't think if this is a very outdated question. You avoid. I wouldn't say I avoid making phone calls. I find it easier to make phone calls. I'm not. I like. I wouldn't say I don't like texting. Okay, but also I don't love texting. Like I'm more of a voice note person. If voice note was not an option, I'd be more of a call person. So again, I'm not like I'm not a bad texter anyways, but yeah, I'm more of a voice note and a call person. So I don't avoid it. You enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints. Yes, absolutely agree. You can easily connect with people you have just met. Kind of. It really depends on the person. If I feel like this person's interesting and they're open and they are having like certain conversations easily, then yeah, I can like quite easily connect with people. If not, no. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Yeah. Yeah, I have no chill, dude. Last week I was in the hospital, and as soon as like I got discharged, the next day I'm telling my boss, yeah, I can work from home. My boss is like, listen, I think you need to chill. Like, just take the day off. And I was like, oh shit. And I was ready to like be like, oh, okay, I have the day off, so maybe I could do this and that. And then I literally snapped out of it, and I was like, no, listen, you really need to rest because this is bad. Like, you got some dirty blood in yourself. So like get your shit together. Just relax. You are still bothered by mistakes that you did long time ago. Yeah. Yeah. It sucks. I will literally think about something that happened maybe in second grade. I couldn't like do the 8 times table. Like, how embarrassing, Sherol. So embarrassing you are. So yeah, I do let past mistakes like bother me a lot. Sometimes I definitely think too much about it. And I'm like, man, I wish I didn't do that. Oh man, I should have. Like, and then I have to sit and think about the silver lining. Like, but if I didn't do that, this is what would have happened, and I wouldn't be here today. And all of that nonsense. You are not too interested in discussing theories on what the world would look like in the future. I don't think I've really spoken about this to like what the world will look like in the future. I mean, definitely my own life, like what my life would look like in the future has been a discussion, but like not the world. But I wouldn't say I'm not too interested in it. Let's just keep it at neutral. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Yeah. It's something that I'm working through, but yeah, I'm learning how to regulate a lot of my emotions better, which has been better compared to over the years. But I would still say like it's definitely it's a piece of work. To be honest, I'm a piece of work. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than on what is most logical and efficient. Yes. I think just generally when it comes to making decisions in life, I definitely do consider the people who are closest to me and who I love and who I care for. And at the end of the day, even though I am still going to make the decision that I want to, I I definitely still have it at the back of my head to even consider the people who are around me and how they're going to feel about it. I still do what I want to do. So, uh, but again, there is a lot of focus on how other people may feel about it. So, I would say I can't say neutral for this, but yeah, I'm gonna put it slightly agree. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. I wouldn't say spontaneous bursts of energy. I do get bored if the work is too like I'm not. Your work style is closer to spontaneous. But sometimes, sometimes I'll just have this burst of energy. I'll be like, today I'm gonna go running. Today I'm gonna cook biryani. And then suddenly I'll be like, oh my god, today I'm gonna clean my whole room. So sometimes, but most of the time it's more organized and consistent. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it'll take for them to feel disappointed in you. Yeah. It's basically like if someone likes you, I'm like, oh, I wonder how long it's gonna take for you to start disliking me as a person or whatever. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Yes. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Absolutely not. Dude, if I had a okay, let me tell you something. I if I wait, you believe that pondering abstract philosophical ideas questions is a waste of time. No. I absolutely do not think it's a waste of time. What I'd like to do, what I'd love to do, I would, okay? I would do this. If I had to go and like just chill with like a good friend, close friend, you know, and just take like a bed sheet, go to like a park or something, and we're just lying down and we're speaking about life and philosophy and our thoughts and just everything under the sun. I could stay up all night doing that. Like, I absolutely love talking about philosophy and just about ways of life and things to do in life. Like, I just love like deep diving into these type of conversations. And also, look, I know a lot of people can have these conversations and things like that, but it really takes someone to meet you where you are and also be open to conversation and not to again disagree with you, but like it but no, I believe in bonding. It's not a waste of time. So absolutely disagree. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling, and atmospheres rather than quiet, intimate places. Not really. I prefer like quiet, intimate places more. I love going to cafes and I like that it's quiet and you can read a book and it's just like a chill environment. I don't mind like a noisy Friday night, but I don't think I can do city life as much as I used to. I definitely like more of like a quieter area to live in. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. I can say I'm a bit impulsive. I definitely go on my instincts quite a lot sometimes, or maybe it's my anxiety or whatever, but like sometimes if I'm like, no, I need to do this, I will do it. Like if it feels right to me, I'll be like, I don't care what anyone's going to say, this is what I need to do for me and this is what I'm going to do. So yeah, these are the last 10 questions. You often feel overwhelmed. Yeah, I would agree to that. I definitely put a lot on my plate in terms of any area of my life, and I definitely get overwhelmed and overstimulated very easily. You complete things in a methodic why can I not say this word? You complete things methodically without skipping any steps. Yeah, I like having steps. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than concrete steps. I do like coming up with creative solutions. I do like coming up with newer, fresher, better, different ideas. But I need concrete steps to follow through. But yeah, I do like tasks that make me think and make me do things out of the box more. It's because I do tend to get bored very easily. You're more likely to rely on emotional intuition than logical reasoning when making a choice. Yes. There is logic, but I just feel like there's so much more in listening to yourself emotionally. I feel like your emotions are your actual desires, you know? And maybe acting on every emotion is not the best. Like, listen, man, if you're a bit messed up and you're like taking wrong decisions based on your emotions, that's maybe something to think about, okay? I'm not saying that don't be run over by your emotions. Like, you need to have sense of the emotional decisions you're taking as well. Like, your emotional decisions cannot be wrecking you over and over again, right? But like also when it comes to certain things that you want and some certain things that you desire, I think it's important to listen to your emotions, because sometimes your emotions do speak to what your actual desires are than your logical brain. Like, just because logically it may be right, it does it does not mean that's what your actual desire is. So sometimes you need to live by what you actually desire, and that comes from listening to yourself emotionally. So yeah, I'm more likely to rely on my emotional intuition than logical reasoning when making a choice. Yes. You struggle with deadlines. Never. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Mm, yeah. I think when I was in my 20s, probably I was a lot more doubtful and I was really scared, and there were a lot of things that did happen which made me feel like my life was falling apart. But you with every passing year, you just realize like things always get better. Never, it rarely ever gets worse, and if it gets worse from there, can only get better. Things always do work out for the better, so I definitely do feel more confident in that aspect. Now, I'm done with my 100 questions. Let's see what the result is. Let's see if I'm still an INFJ. Wow, guys, I am still an INFJ. So my personality type is still the same. I guess the truth is you don't really change too much. Maybe you just become more accepting of the person that you are. So I'm still an INFJ. Now, let's read. As an INFJ advocate, you possess a unique combination of idealism and insight that sets you apart in today's world. Wow. Your rich inner life is characterized by complex emotions, vivid imaginations, and a deep well of empathy that allows you to connect with others on a profound level. Wow. You have an unwavering commitment to your principles and an intense desire to make a positive impact on the world around you. I don't know what positive impact I'm making, but okay. Your natural ability to understand and interpret the feelings and motivations of others is both a gift and a challenge. Yeah, I guess. While it enables you to form deep, meaningful connections and offer invaluable support to those around you, it can also leave you feeling overwhelmed by emotions and needs of others. I don't think, like, I mean, I do have very limited friends, but whoever, like, my friends are, like, who are very close to me, we definitely have, like, I have very strong or deep conversations with them. And, there's a lot of, um, like, my how do I put this, man? Um, I don't think I'm ever overwhelmed by emotions, but I guess when I'm trying to form a new connection, that can be quite overwhelming for me, especially if I'm not met at the same level of curiosity or emotional sort of energy with that person. That can sort of overwhelm me a lot. You often find yourself torn between your desire to help and your need for privacy and solitude. Yeah, I definitely do have like a very people pleaser sort of tendency there. Now, personality traits. Okay, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm 71% introverted. Honestly, that is that's a crazy amount of introverted. Okay, look, just to give context, this does not mean that I don't like people or something. It's just that it means that I definitely do need a lot of my own me time to recharge before I get into an extroverted or a social scenario again. You likely prefer fewer yet deep and meaningful social interactions and feel drawn to calm environments. Absolutely. Like, I think if I could have a meaningful and deep conversation with someone, not surface level, I definitely love that. I can make a lot of time for that. Like, it needs to be, the conversations need to, it can't be surface level. Intuition. So, intuitive and absorbent. I'm not saying that word. 71% intuitive. You're very likely, very imaginative and open minded, focusing on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. Yeah, I'll find meaning in anything. Anything happens, I'll be like, wow, this is probably what it means. 72% feeling. You likely value emotional expression and sensitivity, prioritizing empathy, social harmony, and cooperation. I'm a very feely sort of person. Like this logic nonsense, please just shut up. Maybe I would need someone in my life who's a little more logical than me. I get that sort of balance requirement, but also if it's like someone too logical also I cannot. I'd be like, man, please, like have a heart, be a bit human. You get what I mean? 81% judging. You're likely organized, decisive, and thorough. Value structure and planning over spontaneity. Yes, please. I like surprises, but don't surprise me so much also. Little surprise me with a plan and on time. Okay? Like don't just so annoying. No one surprised me with anything, but anyway. 50%, 56% turbulent. You are likely self conscious, sensitive to stress, and success driven, perfectionist, and eager to improve. Yeah. I'm always looking for feedback and always wanting to improve and all of that nonsense. Your perfectionist tendencies drive you to constantly improve on yourself and the world around you. I've done nothing to improve in the world around me. I don't know about that. This relentless pursuit of growth and meaning can both be exhilarating and exhausting. Yes, it is quite tiring. You have a knack of seeing potential and possibilities where others might not, but you may struggle to bring your visionary ideas into reality due to self doubt and fear of criticism. Yeah, I do have a big fear of judgment of others, and I think a lot of the times that I've put not done certain things in my life or not pursued certain things was because I did doubt myself, and also like how the external world would view me. There, unfortunately, I did have a lot of fear of judgment. I guess that's not the case anymore, but I'm sure like something would. There's a possibility of that being triggered at any point as well. You possess a rare combination of creativity and analytical ability. Amazing. Your intuitive understanding of complex systems and human nature allows you to devise innovative solutions to challenging problems. However, your sensitivity to criticism and tendency to internalize stress can sometimes hold you back from fully expressing your unique gift. Huh? Learning to balance your idealism with practicality and self care is a key part of your personal journey. Your career path. In your professional life, you're driven by deep seated need to find work that aligns with your values and allows you to make meaningful difference. That is true. I would like to do something that actually adds value to the world. Now, I'm in HR recruitment. I don't think I'm adding as much value as I would like to add. But also, I do find recruitment to be a bit more fulfilling because there have been times where people have been like, thank you so much for this job. Even though, like, I'm just like the middleman. Like, I'm just doing the process of like getting your interview sorted and, getting you onboarded and stuff like that. But it's not much. But also, like, when people say, like, oh, thank you, uh, it feels nice. I don't I mean, for me, I'm like, I'm just doing my job, but like it feels nice that I'm able to be that person to sort of make someone feel better in terms of like having a job in this freaking economy. So yeah, you thrive in environments that offer opportunities for personal growth, creativity, and a chance to positively impact others' lives. To be honest, I don't think my work is necessarily something that there is a lot of personal growth and creativity and all of that, but also I think there's another reason that I want to do more things is just so that I can see how more I can grow or evolve. Like even with this podcast thing or even with vlogging, I just want to see how much more creative I can be, or what more can I gain out of my own personality, or what personal growth can I get from all of this. Your natural empathy and insight makes you practically well suited for roles in counseling. I always wanted to be a therapist. I think I'm just too emotional and too empathetic to be a therapist, dude. Like, I think if someone came in crying, I would cry with them. I think that does happen in therapy as well. But again, I also think it's something that would emotionally I would be very wrecked because of someone else's situation. So I don't think it's like a good field for me to be in. Healthcare, I don't think I'm so sweet. I don't think I have that much patience. Healthcare really takes a toll on you. Education, I do want to get into learning and development. It would be fun. Or non-profit organization. If I was really rich and I didn't have money to worry about, I would work non-profit. However, your idealism can sometimes clash with the realities of working world. You may struggle with mundane tasks or office politics. I hate office politics. I do not like it. Like, bro, I just want to go, do my job, come back and pay my bills, okay? But like, I cannot be bothered about like, that's the thing. I want to grow in my career, but I know with growth in career, it also comes with office politics that I just do not want to be involved in. I'm like, why do I need to give my time to this? Like, why y'all like just do your jobs and go home? This doesn't need to be like a battlefield. Preferring to focus on bigger picture and long term goals. Exactly. Like I just remember this is our goal. Why y'all fighting each other? Relax. Finding a balance between your needs for meaningful work and the practical aspects of a career is crucial for your professional satisfaction. Look for opportunities that allow you to exercise your creativity and work independently while still contributing to a larger purpose. I think that's another reason why I want to do something more than just my corporate job and maybe that's the reason why I'm doing this as well, because I want to do something of my own, and I wanted to, I don't know what it may look like in the long term, but hopefully it becomes more purposeful. My strengths: insightful problem solving, high ethical standards, dedication to meaning, creative perspective, thoughtful communication, and reliable follow through. Yes, yes, yes. My weakness. I can't believe I have weaknesses. Sensitive to negative feedback, discomfort with self promotion, yes. Struggling to delegate, very bad at it. Avoiding routine tasks. I can do routine tasks, but I'll get damn bored. Overlooking small wins and idealistic expectations. I definitely don't give myself enough credit for sure at work. Your personal growth. Your journey of personal growth is deeply intertwined with your quest for authenticity and self understanding. Yeah, I'm always looking for a way to understand myself better, because I'm like, girl, what's on your mind? What are you overthinking now? What is happening? Why is it happening? You have an innate drive to continuously improve yourself and actualize your potential. This often involves deep introspection, exploring your complex emotions, and striving to align your actions with your core values. Your growth path may lead you to explore various philosophies, spiritual practices, or creative pursuits as you seek to understand yourself and your place in this world. I'm always introspecting. Like, I'm always someone, personality test, amazed. Like, I'm always doing it. A lot of journaling. I'm always trying to understand, like, okay, if I'm feeling this emotion, where's it coming from? What am I doing about it? How am I going to like make myself feel better about the situation? If this is what I'm feeling, what is the exact root of the problem? If I'm having self doubt right now, why am I having this self doubt? Where is it coming from? Where it's a little too much, okay? It's very exhausting being me, to be honest. Exploring your complex emotions and striving to align your actions with your core values. A key challenge in your personal development is learning to balance your idealistic nature with your practical realities. This might involve developing assertiveness skills to express needs and set boundaries. Yeah, I'm very bad at expressing needs and setting boundaries. Like, I'm really bad at it to a level that it does it does seed a lot of resentment when I'm unable to do it, and it's really hard for me to like maintain a good dynamic because of that. I'm someone who really struggles to express my needs. Like, I may not know that I really need something, but even if I need it, I'll like just put it away and be like, man, it's fine. Like, it's okay, it's fine, I'll manage. So it's a lot of like me just trying to like manage my own expectations rather than just being like, hey, listen, I don't like that you did this. I'd prefer it was done this way. And I just feel like I'm also scared that I would be disappointed if the person says no, I can't do it, and I'll be like, fine, I asked. Fine. So I guess that's another reason why I don't express my needs and I find it hard to like set boundaries. Or cultivating resilience to handle criticism and setback, embracing imperfection and learning to value unique if without constant comparison to others, and also important steps on your part to self acceptance and fulfillment. Yeah, I find it really hard to sort of just embrace my imperfections. Like, if I want to do something new, I'll be like, how dare you're not good at this thing that you've never done before? How dare? So embarrassing you are. So I need to be like, bro, chill, relax. You've not done this before, it's first time. You're gonna get better at it. So a lot of that has been happening quite recently. I did have an issue with constant comparison. I definitely do struggle with it. I think it's much more subtle than how loud it used to be before, but there is like an issue with comparison for sure. Next, your strengths: reflective self awareness. So yeah, I am able to self reflect or whatever. Openness to new ideas. Yes, amazing. Committed to improving, a little too much sometimes. Inner courage. You bravely face difficulties, truths within yourself. Truth. Improving self understanding and fostering authenticity. Deep imagination. Yeah, a little too deep, huh? Committed to improving. I already read that. Intuitive trust. You skillfully recognize when to trust your instincts, guiding your decisions effectively. Yes. Your weakness. There's always a weakness. Self doubt, sensitive to imperfections, unrealistic personal standards, overextending yourself, suppressing negative feelings, and reluctant to seek support. Yes, I find it so hard to ask for help, and uh, I think it's also like, I think I have this huge thing of fear of rejection, okay? Like, I feel like if I did ask for help and they rejected me, I won't necessarily take it personally, but I'll feel bad. I'm like, man, I've never asked for help, and now that I've asked, how you saying no like this? I feel bad. So I just prefer just to do things myself. Like, it's not a good thing. It's definitely not a good thing. Your relationships. In your the relationships, you seek deep, authentic connections that go beyond surface level interaction. Absolutely. Your empathy and intuitive understanding of others make you a valued friend and partner capable of offering profound insights and unwavering support. Yeah, I'm a very supportive person. You have a gift for creating safe spaces where others feel comfortable sharing their true selves. Yeah, I believe so. I do. It's not with everyone for sure. I'm very particular about who I'm also like kind of opening those gates to. And you derive great satisfaction from helping those close to you grow and flourish. Yeah. I'm like, yes, you are full of potential. You are full of potential. You are full of potential. Yes, you can do that thing. Yes, absolutely, you should do that thing. Yes, you should do that thing 10 times. I love a good underdog story, and I believe, like, whoever's close to me, I'm like, you all are amazing. You do you, boo, and I'll be right here in your corner, sort of person. However, your own need for privacy and tendency to keep your innermost thoughts and feelings hidden can sometimes create barriers in your relationships. Yeah, I'm not someone who, I like to think that I'm like, yeah, I wear my heart on my sleeves. I'm a person who wears my heart on my sleeves and all of that. But the truth is, I actually don't. That is the truth. I am very skeptical about sharing my actual thoughts and feelings. I don't like the idea of it being rejected. I also don't like the idea of looking like I'm weak and I'm not able to manage these things by myself. And I always feel like I should be able to manage it by myself, which has never been a good thing. So that's something I struggle with. You may struggle to open up fully, fearing vulnerability or misunderstanding. Yes, finding a balance between your desire for deep connection and your need for independence and alone time is crucial for your relationship satisfaction. When it comes to relationships, especially, I definitely do need someone who I can like really deeply connect with. I don't think I can think of a relationship that I've been in where I've had that sort of deep connection. But I think I do have this fear, especially now that if I do, the thing is, when I do get into a relationship, I feel like a large part of me kind of loses myself in that relationship, and I kind of forget all the things that I aspire or I want to be, and I prioritize that relationship more than the things that I want for myself in life, instead of trying to strike a balance between realizing that what I want and what I aspire is should be first. And it's not about not prioritizing a relationship, but also like not forgetting yourself in the process. And that's something that I really struggle with. So that is like a constant fear for me that once I get into a relationship, I will put myself second. And that's something, that's another reason that I just stay kind of very distant on how I approach relationships. Learning to communicate your needs clearly and managing your idealistic expectations of others will help you build and maintain meaningful, fulfilling relationships you crave. Again, it's really hard for me to communicate what I need. It's something that I'm trying to work with, but it's not good. It's not good. It's hard. Your strengths deeply empathetic. I wish that was not looked at as a strength. I feel like when you're deeply empathetic, I also I feel like that you're only empathetic towards the person in front of you, but not towards myself. I think that's something I don't like. Attentive listening, loyal commitment, gentle honesty, encouraging growth, ability to create intimacy. Your inclination for meaningful conversation leads relationship towards deeper emotional connection. I Meaningful conversations to me are very important, dude. Like, without that, I don't think I could build a relationship with someone, whether it be a friend, whether it be a partner, whatever. I need to know this person. Like, I I need to create like a safe space for this person so that they're opening up to me. Like, I really value when someone shares something really personal with me. Like, I have so much respect and so much value for that. My weakness is reluctant to open up myself. Absolutely. I definitely try to you tend to conceal your inner struggles, preventing others from fully understanding your emotional needs. Yes, that's absolutely sucks for me. High relationship expectations, discomfort with casual interactions. Your preference for deeply meaningful connections can limit opportunities for new relationships. Yeah, if I'm treated like casually, I I definitely pull away. I do not like the idea of treating our interaction as something casual. Like if I maybe it's something I should work on, but also I don't want to. So I don't think I will. I don't think it's the most important thing. I'm fine with like uh keeping a distance from casual interactions. Conflict avoidance. Yeah, that's a problem. Sensitive to perceived criticism and neglecting my own needs. Yeah. Yeah. Sucks to be me. So yes, that is my MBTI. There is unlock full results. You will unlock every section for £9. I'm not paying £9 for this nonsense, including career ideas, no need. Energy drivers, I will chat GPT this shit. And relationship patterns. Plus 12 additional trait scores like perfectionism, resilience. No, man, what will I do with this? The package also includes 33 pages personal growth guide. No, I'm not going to read 33 pages. I'm fine. Screen test and tools covering everything from stress patterns to compatibility and AI mentor for personalized advice. I have ChatGPT for my personal advice. Thank you very much. It's not something to be proud of, guys. That is my MBTI test. So my theory of you can change after a few years is wrong. You can have a certain amount of personal growth, but you don't change entirely as a person. You still function very similarly to what you were as a 21-year-old, but you maybe are a little wiser. I'd like to think that, because if I was not a little wiser and not taking better decisions than I was taking at 21, what is this life I have lived? But I think I have taken better decisions over the past few years. So, yeah. But yeah, I think everyone should do an MBTI test. I really think it's important to understand your personality traits and, try to gauge what you are as a person and around what basis. I think it could be like a good tool for you to understand how you are as a person and also accept yourself as a person. If you're not an overthinker, amazing, great, love that for you. But if you are an overthinker and you're someone who's introspective and is trying to like understand yourself more, personality tests are a great way to do it. And I can link this MBTI test, 16 personality traits, in the bio. If you know what your personality is, your MBTI personality is, please put it down below and tell me something about it. Tell me a cool fact. Tell me a celebrity who you think is pretty cool and who is also the same energy as you. Tell me, just leave it in the comments. But yeah, that is what this episode was about. I really do hope you did enjoy it. And thank you so much for watching Slightly Dramatic. Do not forget to be slightly dramatic. Do take those bad decisions sometimes, okay? You need stories to tell in your life. And I think having stories to tell is so much fun. You need to crash out. You need to be slightly dramatic. So yeah, don't forget to be slightly dramatic. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.